been a hot minute since I've done one of these big meaty videos. Okay, see if I still got it. There's a lot of good stuff in this one, so. All right. Hey everyone, Elisa here, and in this video, I am going to talk through one of the most important things that you can do in your career. And that thing is set career goals. Now, I don't know about you, but I've always hated setting career goals. I feel like usually I would get an email from my employer every year or maybe twice a year saying, it's goal setting time. And honestly, those goal setting exercises just felt like a waste of time to me. Like in those company driven goal setting ceremonies, I never felt like I could really be honest with what my goals were. Like I felt like there was a right answer for what my goals should be and a wrong answer. So I just never felt like these career goal setting exercises were very helpful because I never felt like I could be honest in them. And so therefore it was just an exercise where I would write down what I was supposed to write down so that my manager would think I'm really motivated. Which just defeats the whole purpose of goal setting. Because if you do goal setting correctly, you will actually be able to think about what's important to you and figure out what roles would be most fulfilling for you so that you can actually work towards a career that you love and feel fulfilled in. So in this video, I want to talk about how you can actually effectively set career goals to feel the most fulfilled in your career path. And setting career goals is applicable no matter what career path you are in, of course. But I'll also say I know a lot of you watching are interested in tech, and more specifically, a lot of people watching are interested in product management. And it's so important for product managers to set career goals because there's just such a wide spectrum of things that you could do in this role. But first, before diving into any of those details, I want to thank the sponsor of this video, which is Coda. Now, I am ecstatic that Coda is sponsoring this video. I truly admire, of course, the product itself and the product thinkers that brought us this wonderful tool. Now, Coda is an online document tool that is extremely configurable and is amazing for collaboration. Now, I've known about Coda for a while, but just recently I took the plunge and started bringing in some of my day-to-day documentation into Coda files, and let me tell you, it's been life-changing. The very first document I created was a tracker for my work to-do list. Now, I have a ton of things on my plate, and lately, I had been tracking my to-do list with just a notebook and pen, which works in a lot of instances, but sometimes it also leads to things slipping through the cracks. So I created a document in Coda which copies a study tracker template, and using this template, I have created my work to-do list. And it literally took me less than 10 minutes to set up my work to-do list because I was able to copy one of their awesome templates. It has exactly what I need for tracking, and it also has some really fun integrations like a focus timer and an integration with Spotify. You can also use the backslash in your Coda document to insert pretty much anything you want, from new templates to integrations with things like your calendar, Gmail, and Figma. I personally use the backslash to insert a meeting agenda template into my to-do list tracker because, let's be honest, 99% of my to-do list items come from meetings. So I can just insert the meeting agenda template directly into my to-do list, which allows me to ensure that I don't drop the ball on any things that I committed to during a meeting. To make things even better, Coda has a ton of templates that you can leverage, and you literally just have to copy the template with one click, and boom, you've got an amazing template in front of you. I've already copied quite a few templates that I am just excited to test out on my own, from a voting tracker to the PRD template. Now, if you are interested in trying Coda for yourself for free, click the link in my description and try it out for yourself. I promise you it will not disappoint. It is an incredible product. Again, thank you so much, Coda, for sponsoring this video. And now let's get back to the main part of this video. So career goals, we're back. So I've always been wary of setting career goals, but recently I've been thinking about my team and thinking about how important it is for me as their manager to understand what their goals are, because I want to make sure that they are getting satisfaction from their jobs and that they feel like their growth is something that's top of mind for me and something that I will be supporting them through in the coming years. So as a manager, I'm genuinely like, I want to hear what my team's goals are, because if I don't know what their goals are, how am I going to help them get to those goals? And how am I going to make sure that they feel fulfilled in this company, in this role, in their life? So this was kind of an aha moment for me, where I came to terms with the fact that goal setting doesn't just have to be this corporate exercise that companies expect us to do, but it actually can be a very fruitful activity because it allows us to think on what's important for us and helps us get to where we want to be. Because if you don't have an idea of what would actually fulfill you in the future, then trust me, you're not gonna know what steps you should take to be fulfilled. Am I saying fulfilled too much in this video? I hope not. But it's important. Fulfillment is important. And as I mentioned earlier, setting career goals is extremely important no matter what career path you're in. But hear me out. It's especially important if you're in tech or if you're a product manager, because you can be in that role in a wide variety of industries, types of companies, company sizes, company structures, company cultures. There's just so many different places you could work if you're in tech. And so it's especially important for you to think about what types of companies you want to be in and what types of roles you want to be in that can really suit your needs. Like if you're passionate about the environment, you might want to work on a product that helps the environment. Or if you are passionate about diversity, equity, and inclusion, you'll definitely want to find a company that has a really strong DEI culture. Or maybe it's important to you that you grow into maybe a manager role, in which case you need to make sure that companies that you work for are growing and that they also value promoting from within. If you don't think about these things before job hunting or before thinking about your next move, then you just can't be intentional. And if you're not intentional, you run the risk of not finding something that is the perfect fit for you. So I figured that if I wanted my team to set true goals, that it was important for me to practice what I preach and think about my own career goals. But I still felt a little bit lost as to how to most effectively set my career goals. And I searched through the interweb to find different templates out there. I happened to find actually a Coda template that was really perfect for setting career goals, and I hope it's something you find valuable too. It's the Career Vision Planner template, and I loved it because it required me to really think about what was important to me, but it also wasn't something that took hours to fill out. It's a pretty light lift, but it focuses on the important things. And so I want to share with you this Career Vision Planner because I think it can really help you not just up-level your career, but find something that really does feel like a good fit for you. So this template breaks down the goal setting into 5 sections: personal values, time spend, necessary skills, future jobs, and then 5-year plan. So I want to speak to each of these sections and talk through how you can fill them out and why it's so important that you cover each of these sections. So at the top is the personal values section, and this is where you can really think about what's important to you as a human being, like career notwithstanding, right? And this is actually a really fulfilling thing to do just in general as a human. It was nice for me to be able to think about what I valued as a person. The next section is time spent. So where do I want to spend more time and where do I want to spend less time? This is important because it starts to highlight things that you really like doing, maybe things you excel in, and it also highlights things that are really a chore for you, things that make your day not great or things that aren't really contributing to your growth. So the next section is the skills section, and this is where it starts to get a little bit more tactical. So you kind of thought about what's important to you, where you want to spend your time, and now it's time to think about what skills do you actually need to get into the roles that you want to be in. So I know a lot of you want to be product managers, so those skills might be a strong understanding of the agile methodology, experience writing PRDs. Even if you're not in a product role, you can still practice writing product briefs or PRDs. An understanding of code, that's even controversial for me to mention because you don't have to be able to code to be a PM, but some people want to be a more technical PM. So maybe a coding language is something that you feel like is a skill you want to learn. You get it. It's important to think through those tactical skills that will get you from where you are to where you want to be. The next piece is to visualize future job opportunities, and for me this was maybe the most fun part, and this is the part where I realized setting goals on your own is very different from setting goals at a company. In company goal setting exercises, I would always just say my future job would be that next rung in the career ladder. But in this section, I really encourage you to think critically about what would a future job be that would be really fulfilling for you, even if it's not like the traditional next step in your current career path, right? So this was a fun exercise for me because it really allowed me to just expand my horizons and think about, let's take away all the constraints in the world. Let's not just think within the box, and it allowed me to just be creative and think of really fun things that got me excited. And then the final step is probably what you'd expect when you think of goal setting, and that is planning for the next 5 years. So at this point, you go through your values, you've been thinking about where you want to spend your time, the skills that you want to acquire, as well as these really cool future job opportunities. Now it's time to think of where you want to be in the next 1, 3, and 5 years. And this is just your goal at this point in time, and these will fluctuate throughout the years for sure. But it's important to be intentional in where you want to be, because then you can know which jobs to search for, or know what to strive for in your current role, or know what role you want to be able to attain in your current company. So that is the full career vision goal setting template. I hope this video is helpful for you. I hope that I was able to change y'all's minds about goal setting if you felt similarly to how I felt about goal setting, because I really do think it's important to be intentional with your career, because otherwise you kind of flounder and you might end up in a company or in a role where you're like, how did I get here? And why am I here? So thank you again for watching and listening to this video. I truly appreciate it. As always, if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to hear more, please subscribe. Also, want to give one last thank you to Coda for sponsoring this video. If you are interested in trying out Coda for yourself, you totally should be, check out the link in my description below so that you can try out a Coda for free. Thank you all so much, and I will talk to you next time. Bye, friends.